Alright, this is one of those moments I've been waiting for since the announcement of Marvel Crisis Protocol over a year ago. Today, it is the Uncanny X-Men versus the Brotherhood of Mutants. My name is Nate, and welcome to the Gamers Guild. In today's classic matchup of X-Men vs. Brotherhood, I've invited Dylan back onto the channel to pilot his X-Men roster. He's been theory crafting and doing proxy games with them since pretty much they've been revealed. If you want to know what his full roster looks like, you can check out the roster review video where we go through his entire roster and his thought process behind it. Admittedly, there isn't a whole lot to watch as I didn't do a lot of editing so that I could in turn have all of my Brotherhood painted up for the battle report today, but there are plenty of great insights from Dylan on his team. Before I turn it over to Dylan to talk about his squad today, I want to real quickly ask for a small favor from you, the community. I'm working on a small but hopefully will grow into a larger community project for the 1-year anniversary of the game. It will not take more than 5 to 10 minutes of your time if you want to help contribute, and if so, reach out to me at my email that I have down in the description, or you can find me or the Gamers Guild Facebook page, which there's also a link down in the description. So with that out of the way, Dylan managed to win priority and chose the new 14-threat extraction objective with the Senator, and I in turn, also wanting to play one of the new objectives apparently, chose Arcade's 18-threat objective with the Traps. Dylan then decided on the threat total of 14, and here's what he is bringing.
All right, so I'm Dylan. Saw me in the last video. So we rolled off, and I got priority, and we ended up at the 2 new scenarios with the 14 and the 18, and I don't like Magneto at 18, so we decided to try and tone him down a little bit and go with the 14. And because of this being Brotherhood versus X-Men, we decided to go with the Storm, Cyclops, Beast, and Wolverine. Let's see what we can get going on here. Decided to go overall with the Storm leadership because I don't really need that much of Cyclops' leadership as far as like the bonus, because the only person really going to want it is going to be Storm and Cyclops, and I guess Wolverine too. So I guess everybody but Beast really wants it. And then I just think Storm is going to be better on these scenarios because being able to hop around, move around a little bit, and just have some fun with her stuff, and the cover is going to help a lot. So for Tactus Cards, I went with Field Dressing, no matter the cost, 1-2 Punch, Exceptional Healing, and First Class. And just like in the last video, I kind of explained why I'm taking these cards and what I'm doing with them. And just thought with this, we're going to keep trying this 1-2 Punch out and see if it's what I think it can be. So yeah, that's my roster.
So, to combat the X-Men at 14 threat, the Brotherhood could go wide with Mystique's leadership ability, but her leadership doesn't really help at all on the secures, and won't really be doing much for the extraction objective either. So I've decided to bring Magneto, along with Toad, Mystique, and Valkyrie, since I couldn't quite fit in Sabretooth at this really low threat total. For Tactic Cards, I'm bringing Asteroid M, Magneto's specific Magnetic Refraction, Mystique's specific Deception, along with Medpack and Climbing Gear. Before I show you how we deployed, let's talk about all of the different terrain that Magneto can throw this game. For our size 1 terrain, we have the Stoplight, normal lamp poles, Sentinel hands, and the shoulder pad. For size 2, we have a couple of dumpsters, along with the Sentinel arms and heads. The 4 pieces of size 3 terrain will be the different parts of the legs, and then the ruined chest pieces will be the 2 size 4 pieces of terrain. Before you write that comment asking where I got the Sentinel terrain from, or where I got those pieces from, I will go ahead and let you know I 3D printed all of the Sentinel terrain, and I have a link to the place where I purchased the files down in the description of the video. So with that out of the way, let's see how we deployed. Alright, so to start out on the right side, I have Magneto, my leader, with Mystique. Over here I've got Toad and Valkyrie facing off against. And then over on the far side there is and Storm. So with that, we will go into round number 1. Alright, before anything else, Magneto will get to metal construct within range 3 of himself, which is just on the other side of the trap. So we'll place it up here. And with that, sir, who's going to be your first activation?
All right. So we're going to go with Beast. He's going... Oh, wait, sorry. Let me start over. First, we're going to pop first class.
Absolutely.
And then we'll go with Beast. And he'll go here. And he'll pick the... Oh, not pick it up. We'll roll for it.
Absolutely. Interacting for free. First class is a really good card.
Got it.
Got it in spades.
Boop. And then he'll move. Got plenty of movement. Go over here. It's bumping everything.
Yep. Spend a power.
Spend a power.
And
And
token.
Oh,
No luck for Beast.
it's still so much fun to do that though. It's a little shell game.
Absolutely.
All right, and then Beast will be done.
All right, so I'm going to go with Toad and jump on this middle point and see if I can get a little bit lucky. With 2 medium moves, he only has to get within range 2 because of his disgusting tongue. And Toad will spend a power for...
Ah!
Oh no!
Thank goodness.
That's not good. Well, that was 2 moves, and that is Toad's activation over.
All right. Well, I wonder where I'm going to go. Cyclops is going to pop over here real quick and roll on this for free because of first class.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Easily.
Can I just keep crits rolling, please?
Please no.
And then go. He's got the movement. Come over here, and I wonder what's behind door number 3.
And with that, Scott Summers will be the one to pick up the Senator.
That he is. And that will be his activation.
In retaliation, I'm going to go with Mystique. She is first going to move to the end of that movement stick. And then we are going to play the Deception card, since Scott Summers is definitely all about his lonesome. Mystique just turns into Jean. It's like, hey, Scott, come over here, come out and play. And he's like, oh, yeah, absolutely, let's go. And he will move up, because he was definitely within range 4 of Mystique. And then she's going to start taking some pot shots at him with some pistols. So thankfully, well, first off, the part of the reason that Scott only moves short instead of the full medium is the Senator makes it so that the speed becomes short. And Deception says that I have to move that character's speed, which is now short. Thankfully, though, Scott also gets 1 less die on all of his defense rolls. With that, second action, pistol attack.
We are not within 2, so... Oh, are we? Is it close?
I don't think we are.
Okay. So Storm gives me cover at least.
Yeah, you will get cover. Pistols.
Oof.
Oh my goodness.
That's not what we wanted to see.
Pistol attack I've ever made. It is. That is 5, and I will get the additional attack here in just a second.
3.
3 to my 5.
So I'll take 2.
Mystique will gain 1 power. And then we get to do it all again. With rapid fire, you do have to get the hit for it, which is a little bit more chancy.
Nope.
Yeah, this one's not going to be... Yeah.
I got the cover.
And then roll 3 skulls.
Yeah, almost.
All right. So with that, Mystique is going to spend 1 of her power and interact with the trap over there. Hopefully she just gets it easily. And with that, that is Mystique's turn.
All right, so we're going to go with Storm, and I will say this is one moment that I wish I had to meet my X-Men, because it would actually be pretty clutch right here. And she'll move there, and then she's going to...
All right, for my third activation of the round, I'm going to go with Valkyrie, and I'm measuring from this arm because Magneto's leadership ability is awesome. So Valkyrie is going to spend her 2 power to throw that arm short... As I start rearranging some things into the Sentinel head over there. That's going to blow both of these things up, which is allowing me to distribute 4 power amongst my team. So it's a 2 power advanced R&D basically. So Valkyrie's going to get 1, Magneto's going to get 1, Toad's going to get 1, and Mystique will get 1. And then Valkyrie will spend the one that she got, and she's going to roll for the objective.
Nope.
Doesn't get it. Unfortunate, but not much that can be helped about that. That is going to be Valkyrie done.
Alright, so seeing as Valkyrie's out there in the open and a point is there to be got, Wolverine will go and he will move medium. We are going to use Storm's leadership to teleport within 1.
Absolutely.
And then that puts me within 3. We will spend 2 health and 1 power.
Yep.
For no matter the cost.
Absolutely.
And we are going to Berserker Barrage into Valkyrie.
Alright, so Valkyrie gets her 3 against your 7, which is not a great start for her for the game, but we'll see how it goes.
1 crit.
Could be a lot worse for me.
So
3 total successes. So we're probably going to at least take 1, if not more here. We block 1 of it, so we'll take 2.
Okay.
Wolverine gets to place himself within range 1 before damage is dealt, and then gets to throw Valkyrie short. Would you like to throw me?
I am going to throw you.
Makes sense. Just into the
I
size 1.
really don't want to give you more power.
More power.
But yeah, let's go ahead and throw you into the sentinel head. Or at the shoulder.
Valkyrie will take a point of damage, gain a power from it, and then because Magneto's leadership ability works on both my turns and my opponent's turns, I think the extra little bit of power I'm going to give to Valkyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Just to continue to get her powered up and ready to rock and roll.
Alright, and then because of first class, I'm going to roll on the objective.
Absolutely.
Got it.
And steals it right out from under me. Good turn, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Alright, so my last activation here is all about Magneto taking on Cyclops, hopefully for the days here. So because Valkyrie gave us that extra little bit of power, Magneto has 3 that he's going to burn for a turn 1 climbing gear, which is going to give him a free short move. And he is just going to climb over the Sentinel leg. Not really, he flies, but he also has climbing, so whatever. Gets within range 2 of Cyclops, which means a 6-die physical attack with rerolls, going into Scott's reduced number. And Mags is starting out not exactly great. Nope, that's 2 skulls. Go ahead and get the rerolls in here.
Ooh.
Just a grand total of 3 hits.
No cover? Ooh, 3 damage.
3 damage is not quite enough. Magneto will get another 3 power off of the attack done. And we're just going to try and do it again.
Okay.
So 6 dice with rerolls. Looking extremely nasty this time. I did roll 1 die too many though, so I'm going to take it all back, unfortunately. Womp womp. Still decent. Get the reroll for a grand total of 5 hits.
You only need to do 1 damage.
Yeah.
You got it.
Alright, so Magneto will gain 1 extra power. He will then spend that power to pick up the Senator, which is exactly where the Brotherhood wants her in Magneto's evil clutches. And that is all Magneto is going to do. Alright, so despite Dylan taking the swing over here, he's getting a total of 3 points. The 1-2 over here, and then the one that Storm has. Then I've got 1 here, but Magneto's Senator scores him 2. So we're going to be tied going into round number 2. 3, 2, 3. All right, during the cleanup phase, the only one that really matters here, because Scott is already dazed, is Valkyrie is going to take a point of damage from the trap that the X-Men control, unfortunately. So she'll have plenty of power for next turn, if nothing else. Alright, so unfortunately Dylan still has priority, which is not something I'm used to while playing the Brotherhood. I usually have lower activation. I do get to start out by placing a terrain feature, metal construct right there, which will net him an extra power. And with that, Dylan, who is going to be that first activation?
All right. So I need to go with Scott before he just gets melted again. And we're going to go ahead and spend 2 for a hit and run onto Magneto.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be doing a regular Optic Blast.
Cool. Magneto is not going to opt to force projection, so he's just got his 3 dice normal. Maybe regrets it.
4.
4 hits total coming in. I got 3 to block with. Got a crit. Blocks 1, so takes 3.
And I got the push.
Absolutely.
Do I want to push you, though? I don't think I do. But I do get to move now for my hit and run.
Absolutely. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. And I think you know what's coming.
Absolutely.
And we are going to spend 5 for an Optic Devastation.
And by 5, you mean 4.
You're right. What am I doing? A cheaper Optic Devastation than I thought.
All right, and who are you attacking into first?
So let's go ahead and hit... I think we need to go for Mags first.
Cool. I'm definitely spending the 2 this time.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 dice. Give me all wild, please. I got 1 wild and a crit. Oof.
All right, so just 3 results in total. So I go up to 6, but I am down to then 5 because I'm holding the Senator. 3 crits, though. I think that's all you got anyway.
That's all I got. You do lose a power, though.
So Mags will lose a power, which is unfortunate, but livable.
1, 2, 3, 4,
and now Mystique gets
6, 7.
nuked.
Still not that great.
4 hits. No power loss, unfortunately for you. Blocking 2. She's not in martial prowess or martial artist range, so she will take 1.
That's big block.
Anything else for One Eye?
No, that is it for him. That's all he can do.
All right, so Valkyrie has a chance to do something before she easily dazes because that throw left her within range 2. So we're going to spend 5 power for a Dragon Fang with the Warrior of Legend into Wolverine. So 7 dice with some conversion ability.
Ooh.
Not a great roll, not a terrible roll. Okay, those skulls aren't great. So the 1 wild and 1 crit will convert some things for me. So that I have a total of 5 successes. And I did get the wild for the flurry.
Ooh.
All right.
1.
So Wolverine's taking 3.
Didn't you have 5?
Taking 4, yes, sorry. And also getting the bleed condition. And then we will go ahead and do the strike for 1 whole hit.
Wow.
1 whole hit gets through.
That's all you needed.
Valkyrie will get the 1 power from that. And now I have some decisions to make. How much health does Wolverine have left?
He has 2.
2 health left.
Enough to exceptional healing.
All right, so was debating between using Medpack on Valkyrie for the 2 power to bring her back to 5 stamina, or using the 2 power for the Warrior of Legend. Now, ideally, I use the Warrior of Legend, I get the 2 power, she heals herself back, and it's just a magical, wonderful world. But really, I just don't want Wolverine the chance to use the healing factor, get himself back in a right position. So if I can get the days here, I think it's pretty important. So I am going to spend the 2 power for Warrior of Legend. So hopefully these 5 dice don't fail me. It's not terrible, to be honest, because those crits will get some, well, only 2 conversions. But we get a total of 4 successes when it's all said and done.
Wow, my dice suck.
And that is not quite enough. Do you want to use the exceptional healing on this?
I do not.
All right, so that's going to be 2 damage onto the Wolverine. And with that, Valkyrie is going to get her 2 power. She's going to burn the 2 power for med pack, bringing her back to only 1 damage on her. And that is a pretty successful Valkyrie turn.
All right, so Storm's going to go. We're going to come right into the middle of Death Valley over here. And she will spend 1, and Cyclops will spend 1 for my magnificent play of a 1-2 punch.
Absolutely.
And we will lightning strike into Magneto.
Well, Magneto's going to spend 2 to get his defense up to 5.
Down to 6 down to 5.
Yep.
3, 4, 5, 6. I get 6 dice. Come on, buddy. That's not what I needed.
You got the wild, which is nice. But yeah, you really want those shields to be hits. With that, Magneto blocks the 1. Crit for kicks and giggles. But he is now shocked, which will dim his offensive potential quite a bit.
Yeah. That is interesting.
All right, well, Toad is kind of free to activate since the other side of the board is already done. So he's going to go over here, and he's just going to spend 1 of his 2 power and try to flip the point back. Wolverine is dazed, so that's not going to matter. And got the 1 for the success. So the Brotherhood will reclaim the objective on this side. Beast is probably just going to come over here and take it back. And with that in mind, Toad is just going to push himself into the maximum range of 1 and get a little bit of cover going at the same time. And that is Toad.
All right, so Beast is going to go. He's going to go over here. And he is going to attack Toad with some fresh dice.
Absolutely. Other one's not treating you quite as well?
No.
All right. So this is a 5 dice physical attack.
There it is.
Oh, gosh.
See,
Toad may not be long for this world.
You just got to shuffle your dice every now and then.
So 6 successes. Toad does have 5 stamina. So I need 2 blocks here, Toad. 2 blocks.
Nothing.
Nope, that is a one-shotted Toad. So he will go dazed.
All right, teleport within 1 to over here.
Absolutely.
And I've already attacked twice. I did what, 5 damage?
Yep.
3, 4, 5. That's what I needed. All right. So we'll spend 4 for field dressing onto Wolverine. Boop. Bring him back to life a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and spend 1 to interact with the objective.
Cool. Toad is no longer there, so you just need 1 success, and you got it back. It was short-lived, Toad. All right, so Mystique is going to spend her turn, and I dare really hope not waste it. She's going to move and then move a second time to grab the X-Men's back point, as they have done mine. Hopefully, 3 dice, 1 success. Whew, got it. So with that, we will take the back objective for the Brotherhood, and that's all she can do.
So Wolverine's going to go. He's going to spend 3 for best at what I do and hop over here.
Cool. I'm hoping you roll 0 wilds, because Pierce, Bleed, and counts as 2 is scary.
0 wilds. Look at that.
0 wilds so far. Okay, well, that's still that one, yeah, but that's still 4 successes. Not enough to just outright take her out, thankfully. No. Especially not with 2 blocks, so Valkyrie will take 2, and is thankful that I healed her up earlier.
So we're going to use our last action to shake Bleed, and we'll do our Storm Hops to put me right about here.
All right.
And then I'll heal 2.
Yep. The Bleed does not get to do anything because he shook it off, which means we are over to Magneto's activation. Alright, so Magneto is going to stay shocked because I think 2 5-dice attacks with rerolls is better than 1 6-dice attack with rerolls. So with that, we are going to put a 5-dice reverse polarity into Cyclops. It's a good thing I got some rerolls. Yeah,
4.
Turns it into 4.
2 so far.
Yep.
2.
So it takes 2. Magneto will gain 2 more power. And we'll go ahead and do that again. With maybe a better starting point? No, a worse starting point.
3.
1 reroll.
4.
4 successes again. Blocking 2, blocking 2. So the exact same result. Which leaves Cyclops on 2 health remaining and Magneto for some decisions to make. We're going to start by spending 3 and throwing this leg right at Cyclops' face. So 4 incoming damage.
Block 2.
You block 2, so that is just enough
to take him.
To remove him. That was a size 3 object, though, so I get to distribute some power. We're going to give 1 to Valkyrie, 1 to Magneto, and 1 to Mystique. And I think Magneto is actually happy right there. I don't want to give Storm unnecessary power for her to just whiplash me the following turn. So I think that is the end of the round. All right, end of the round. Because Toad is dazed and Dylan still controls this point, Valkyrie is going to take the 1 point of damage from the trap. But this time Storm also is within range 2 of this Brotherhood-controlled one. So she is going to take a point of damage. And that is the end of the round, where I'm going to score 4, because I control the 2 on this side of the board, along with the Senator. And then Dylan is going to score his 2 for the 2 points over here. So at the end of round 2, we're looking at a, math is hard sometimes, 6 to 7. All right, so beginning of round 3, Magneto already has his 2 metal constructs out, so I can't place another one. Probably should have destroyed one of them, but oh well. And with that, who is your first activation going to be, sir?
So we're going to go with Beast, and he is going to spend 2, and we're going to throw Valkyrie. So since there is not enough space here for Valkyrie to land, she will be thrown. The collision happens against Toad, and then she goes to her last legal placement.
Which ends up basically just being right next to base.
Yes.
And for those also wondering why Beast can throw through himself, you ignore yourself for all throws. So this way he's able to hurl Valkyrie over himself. But with that in mind, Valkyrie takes an instant point of damage, and Toad gets to make a dodge roll. So only 3 dice here. Rolls terribly, so he will take 3, which is enough to just wipe him off of the board.
All right. So we're going to go with Beast. He will acrobatic strike. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll acrobatic strike into Valkyrie.
Cool. Decent start. 2 hits.
2.
All right. Valkyrie needs to block both to live. She does not. She only blocks 1, and that is enough to daze her.
All right, and then Beast's second action will be to move to right there. Let's make sure we're moving basically to where he's within 2.
Yep, give Wolverine that free little boosty move.
Yes.
All right, so Magneto already has a bunch of power stored up. I don't think we're within range 3 of the giant thing to hurl at her, but we've got some a pretty nice selection of range or size 2 objects. So we're going to start by spinning 2, and we're going to just hurl this, let's do a construct, over at Storm.
Ooh, crit.
Blocking 1, blocking 2, so she only takes 1 from it.
Come on, Storm. Keep these dice coming.
All right, so I can distribute 2 power. I only have 2 valid characters to distribute it to, unfortunately. And then Magneto's going to spin 3 and throw the head over at Storm. Blocking 1,
2.
blocking 2, so she only takes 1.
Keep it coming.
All right, so she only needs 2 more damage left. And thankfully, Magneto still, at the very least, has a pretty powerful strike. He is still shocked, so we're going to go with the 5 dice with rerolls, because we're within range 2 of each other. Man, I am glad for rerolls. Total of 3 successes.
2.
Block 2, so takes 1. Magneto
More.
gains 1 power. 1 more attack.
Everything you got.
Man, keep needing the rerolls. Just 2.
Come on, Storm.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Storm.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
No, not even. All right. So she takes her last point of damage needed to daze. Magneto will get a power. And I don't think Wolverine's going to get over here this turn. So I think Magneto is just going to be done. All right, so with Storm dazed, Magneto's going to go ahead and spin 2. He's got some power to burn still. We're going to go ahead and activate the Magnetic Refraction. This is basically going to give Magneto cover. If any allies were within range, they would also get cover, but alas, they aren't even close. So Magneto's going to get his cover, and I can keep playing this card because I'm running the Brotherhood affiliation, which is kind of nice.
So Wolverine's going to go, and we already measured earlier that he was within 2 of Beast, so he's going to Storm Hop over here.
Yep.
Medium move to here, and then spin 3 for Berserker Barrage into Magneto.
Magneto's going to spin the 2 to try to stay alive. Gives him 5 dice with cover. Versus the incoming 7. Pretty good roll. 4 successes. 1 natural block, and then get the extra block from cover.
You take 2.
So Mags will take 2.
And I'm actually going to daze Magneto. Because I come in here, and I throw him into Storm.
You cannot throw me.
Why not?
Because of the force projection that I paid for.
Gosh, I hate
No
that
throw,
stupid
sir.
thing. I hate that stupid thing.
No,
Alright, well, darn it. I guess I pay one to roll on the objective.
Absolutely.
I thought I had him.
Need 2.
There we go. We're
Got
good,
it, though.
I will do 1 damage to you at the end of the turn.
Yep. All right, so after some thinking, because Mystique cannot make it over to the other side of the board in 1 activation, so I think the play is to try to reclaim this point. We're going to move over and end up, let's just go right here. And we will start by putting some pistols into Wolverine. Just 4 dice against his 4 dice, but maybe I'll get lucky here. Not terrible. Okay, 2. 2.
2?
I did get the hit for the additional rapid fire. A little bit better. 3 into 3.
2.
So
Plus 1 for
1
cover?
damage.
Oh, you're right next to me. No.
Yeah. So 1 damage gets into Wolverine. Mystique's going to gain 2 power. She'll spend 1 of that power, roll 3 dice, and if she gets 2, we get lucky. No. All right, and that is the end of the round. All right, so going into round number 4, Magneto holding on to that Senator is really big, scoring 3 points, and then just from all of the different traps that you hold, that is a point to you. And you said you wanted to do the trap damage to Magneto to daze him?
No, we're going to do it to Mystique.
Ooh, do it to Mystique instead. She will take 1 point of damage, and then we will head into the next round.
So Storm's going to go, and we're going to see what she is made of. And she is flipped because you dazed her. We'll spend 3 for Eye of the Storm, and then we're going to spend 4 to Hurricane. So we're going to do the fun one first and watch Storm just delete Magneto real quick.
Yep, so 1 damage is done instantaneously. If you want to roll the dice, you're welcome to, but I'm not going to spend the 2 to bring up his super shields.
I'm not going to roll the dice. I don't.
Cool. Yep, so that will instantly daze Magneto. You can place that within range 2 of him at the location of your choice.
Where do I want it? Can I put it within 2 of both my people? Or one with them both. I think I have to put it.
That's what I say.
You know what? Let's just
Go for the storm.
Yeah, she's weak anyways. You know, I want Logan to survive.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, and then the roll onto Mystique. That's a little bit more important.
6, 7 dice because of Eye of the Storm. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
That's a roll.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Cool. I don't think Mystique can. I mean, if I roll a lot of crits? Question mark. No. Yep. That is Mystique dazed as well. All right. So Valkyrie is my only activation this round. It seems. With Beast Throw, she's within one of the objectives, so she's going to go ahead and spend a power and try to flip this point over to the Brotherhood side. She gets it. And then she is just going to double move to the other point a little bit further back. 1. Yeah, plenty of range. We'll get back here, sure. And we will spend another power to try to flip that one as well, so that it's not such a terrible turn for me. Don't get that one, though, unfortunately, which means Dylan is very likely about to get 6 points.
All right, so Wolverine's going to go. He's going to teleport off of Storm to right there. That puts me within 1 of the Senator and within 1 of Storm. He spends 1 to pick up the Senator. Now I can only move short. And he just starts Berserker barraging into nothing.
Yep.
And he goes 1. And then he'll go... I guess I could probably actually measure that out, because I get as far away as possible. And 2. And then we will roll for the point.
Absolutely. This is where you whiff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh!
That is where I whiff. That's great. Why did you say that? All right. He heals his 2, and that's it for him. We go over to Beast.
Absolutely.
Who will come over here and
Flip that point.
try and flip this one.
I need you to whiff again. Pretty please.
There it is.
No, you got it.
Why? And I got the last one. And that's yours. And that will be round.
All right, so end of the round. Wolverine is scoring 2 back there, and then you've still got 3 points despite Valkyrie's best effort. So you're going to score 5 to my 1, giving the X-Men the first lead for them this game, putting them up to 14 as I go to 11 and into round number 5. So after scoring into the round, Wolverine will take a point of damage because of the trap, and then Valkyrie will also be taking a point of damage. Mystique and Magneto will not be because they are already dazed and it's the cleanup phase. Alright, so first activation for the first time I have priority is going to be Mystique, and we're going to put an Espionage into Storm. And before damage is dealt, you are going to go ahead and gain the stun special condition, so hopefully Storm can't get loaded up super well again. But then we throw 6 dice for 2 whole hits.
Okay.
2 whole blocks. That's unfortunate. Mystique will then spend 1, and we're going to try to flip the point that she's standing next to back to the side of the Brotherhood, and we get it. Could have used that roll last time, but, you know, beggars, choosers, all that stuff. So we will gain control here, and then Mystique is going to move long, and because I know she can get to that point where she's able to just hop back and forth between the 2 points, we're going to put her within range 1 of the objective back there. And that is Mystique done. While Mystique is done, Magneto is not. He's at 5, or the full 10 power, so he's going to go ahead and spend 2 to play Magnetic Refraction once again.
All right. So after a lot of thinking myself and figuring stuff out of Magneto being silly, we're going to spend 3 power for Berserker Barrage into Mystique.
Absolutely. 7 dice.
6, 7.
No spike. That's a pretty good hit.
That was a crit.
Yep. So total of 4.
1, 2. Yep.
All right, Mystique's got 3, counts her blanks because martial artist.
1.
Only blocks 1, so we'll take 3 total.
Okay. And then I go within 1 and throw you into the Sentinel.
Yep, she takes another.
I gotta do 1 damage.
Yep.
I need this risk. Let's just go for it. We're not gonna spend 3 for Berserker Barrage.
Absolutely. Need a whiff here badly.
3.
Just 3. Mystique has a chance. Not a good chance.
Ooh, 2.
Oh, the crit. The crit. Oh, blocks all 3.
Okay.
Mystique lives.
That's not good.
Anything else for Wolvie? Any final words?
He heals 2.
Fair enough. All right, and over to me.
And Wolverine's going to finish his turn by rolling for the point. And he gets it.
Gets it, yep, after throwing Mystique off.
Now where are all my X-Men?
You've got some over here.
All right.
Over to me. Well, it all comes down to this, as it seems to do all so often. Mystique is going to spend 2, and Magneto is going to spend 2, and we are going to Asteroid M. This is going to allow Magneto to teleport to be within range 1 of Mystique over here. We're going to do it in such a way that we're also making sure to be in range 1 of the X point, currently controlled. Yeah. Over there. And then, because we have a bunch of power, and we're probably going to try to be burning pretty much all of it to do everything we want to, we're going to go ahead and spend... let's go ahead and spend 2 power. We're going to throw this metal construct into Storm.
Live! Got 2.
Takes 1. She is very adept at dodging Magneto's various attacks, unfortunately.
She's fine.
All right, so with that, we will now, Magneto's no longer shocked, back up to full strength. We're going to throw 6 dice with rerolls into Wolverine's weakened defenses because he's holding the Senator. Got a couple crits. And then the rerolls.
Oof.
Oh boy, 7 successes in total. Blocking 2 so far.
3.
Block 3, so you still take 4, which is not quite enough to finish off Wolverine, unfortunately. However, I will gain 4 power from the 4 damage dealt, which is a good thing. And now it's the tough calls, tough decision-making time. Let's go ahead and spend... We're going to spend 4 power to throw the size 3 leg into Wolverine for 4 damage.
No, he goes
Not
down.
at all. So that is everything we needed there.
Drops Citizen.
Absolutely. And if you were wondering, I already put the metal construct, Magneto's power, back onto Magneto and then one to Mystique because Valkyrie is maxed. So now, Magneto is going to spend a power to, once again, pick up the Senator. Mm-hmm. We're going to spend a power to try to flip the point, which is very important still, because this is a turn riding on Miracle Juice. Got it. Just barely.
Womp, womp, womp.
So that will flip over to the side of the Brotherhood. Magneto still has 3 power. He needs 6 power in order to throw this last construct because he's already thrown 2 things. Thankfully, though, Storm is within range 3. So we will do a 6 dice. This one, unfortunately, will not be getting the rerolls, but 6 dice into Storm for 4 successes.
1. I take 3.
Magneto gets the 3 power.
I get 1. I get 1 because I had stun.
Yep. So he has exactly enough to throw the behemoth size 4 Sentinel body into Storm. Almost enough.
He goes down.
All right. And so with this side of the board looking a whole lot more clear, that is Magneto done, and he did everything he needed to. It's now up to Valkyrie.
All right, so Beast leaving me down to 1 option, and he's going to have to move to here.
Yep.
And then we will do a little acrobatic strike into Valkyrie.
Absolutely. This is 5 dice. This is where he just one-shotted Toad last time, so I'm a little nervous. For good reason, it seems. That's 3 successes, just 3. So currently alive. Need some blocks. Block 1, so that is 2 damage. And yeah, so Beast still needs to do 2 more damage here.
I did. I got 2. I moved once. I can only...
So you've got the throw left, and you can throw the Sentinel arm.
We will throw the Sentinel arm. Unless...
Let me see if I place here. Can I throw the bigger thing at you?
It's size 3.
Oh, I can only throw size 2.
Sentinel arm is size 2 anyway, so.
Yeah, okay. Yep, spend 2 to throw it at you, and hopefully I do 3 damage.
You just need 2.
Oh.
So I need 2 blocks.
Hopefully I do 3 damage.
2 blocks. Kind of for the game. Not at all. Not even close.
Beast for the win!
That is then Valkyrie removed. There's no activations left. You score your 2 points that you needed. Going up to there. And then I will get 4, which is really close, but not quite enough. And the Uncanny X-Men win the day.
In a clutch moment. Beast is the MVP of this game.
That was good. That was good.
Oh.
Hey, you, who are writing a comment about how Beast didn't roll a wild, so he can't ambush to get to the point to throw that arm at Valkyrie. Well, we rewound the tape, and indeed, there was not a wild, so we looked closely at the footage and placed Beast back to where he would be at the end of his move action, and played on from there. Alright, so we just showed you what we thought was the ending of the game, but it turns out Dylan didn't roll the wild for the ambush to get in range to throw the Sentinel arm. Now, he is in range to throw the Street Lamp, but unfortunately Beast doesn't have the arm strength of other characters, and he's not quite there. So now this is going to come down to Valkyrie flipping a point for the actual final activation of the game. So Valkyrie is going to spend a power, roll 3 dice, and go for the flip.
Oh,
and she gets it.
All right.
And just for the kicks and giggles, we'll double move, run around Beast, and we'll try to flip the other point too.
Do it.
For the full.
There it is.
There it is. All right, so with that, instead of getting the exact 16, unfortunately you're going to actually get nothing, while the Brotherhood will just barely pass by the X-Men.
At 17.
It's such a close game where it really came down to
reviewing the
just
video.
a couple of dice rolls. What a good game. Good game, man.
Good game. Good game. All right, so first of all, make sure you look at your dice before you get super excited about winning the game, and then you remember that you actually might not have won the game. So this little funny thing. So yeah, Beast needs that wild to be able to teleport, and we all got super excited because how the X-Men prevailed. But yeah, not so much. I would say overall, Cyclops was okay in this one. I think I would have rather have taken Black Dwarf or Hela, probably Hela, in that slot. But I wanted to play all the X-Men, so, you know, it's fine. And then Storm being a powerhouse, apparently, for this game. So I guess that's something to think about. It kind of just comes back to my whole 1-2 punch thought process of it's a cheaper Eye of the Storm for her. So if you can actually pull off both at the same time, it's even better. But getting that boost to the dice, which is the exact same boost I would have gotten with 1-2 punch. Kind of worked out in my favor. I really needed at that moment. It was really key and pivotal. And I guess it also kind of comes down to something is when you're getting in these moments of these scenarios to where it's like, I had this scenario that could do 1 damage to big bad scary Magneto, or I could do it to Mystique. I could daze Magneto, that'd be really cool. But for this scenario, it's in the cleanup phase. So I was like, well, I'll do the damage to Mystique instead of Magneto, and I can daze Magneto immediately next turn. He loses Magneto for a round. It really helped me out, I think, over there on that side of the table. It really kind of swung things back in my favor. But overall, it was a really good game. Nate played it really well. Fought Brotherhood, well-earned victory. It was real close, 17-14 at the end. And all down to, I hate saying down to 1 die roll, but this game was literally down to 1 die roll. If I had either rolled a wild or something going on differently. But Magneto is a beast. He is hard to deal with. He's easy to flip, but once he, not really, I wouldn't say he's easy to flip. That's an understatement. So he's not really easy to flip, but he's not impossible to flip. But taking him out, I still have not seen it yet. So he's really hard to take out. So yeah, it was a really good game. And thanks, Nate, for having me on again. So yeah. Boo.
So to say that this was a close game is a large understatement. Dylan at the beginning of round 5 had multiple paths to victory, just needing to score those 2 last victory points. While on the other hand, I really only had 1 path to victory and needed every activation to go pretty much exactly like it did. Mystique staying alive on 1 health, Magneto doing enough damage with his first attack on Wolverine when he didn't have enough power to use the exceptional healing Tactus card, so that he then couldn't also use it on the second attack to basically negate Magneto. Storm taking enough damage so that Magneto could hurl his 3rd piece of terrain that turn to KO her, and then Valkyrie being able to survive Beast's final attack. So all of that to say, as long as you still have a chance at victory, keep playing it out, because sometimes you can manage to make a great comeback from a really close game. Dylan played an overall really solid game. He didn't really overextend with Cyclops. Mystique's deception is just really good and allowed me to pull him in to get within Magneto's range quickly. And if he didn't go and grab the Senator, then I would have ended up with Mystique with her stealth and been pretty hard to track down at the end of the day. I did, however, think I made one major mistake, and that was at the end of round 3 moving Mystique down to the objective with Magneto, Storm, and Wolverine. If I hadn't done that, Arcade's trap would have had to hit Magneto and daze him after scoring had already happened. Then Magneto would have had 8 stamina and plenty of power to take on Storm and Wolverine instead of just getting wiped out in a hurricane, losing 2 of my 3 activations for that turn. Now, thankfully, I was able to bounce back from it and ended up with a victory. With that said, I do want to thank Dylan for coming out for the battle report and quickly painting up his X-Men to get on the table with me to reenact some 90s cartoon nostalgia. As well, thank you to all of the Guild Hall members for your continued support. I have now ordered some things and have an awesome project in the works that I can't wait to share with all of you. Before I sign off, though, I do want to remind you all to please email me or message me for this small community project that I'm pretty excited about. You can, again, find those links down in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep on gaming.